All right, so here's round two of whatever this YouTube channel is. I have no idea. I meant to put this disclaimer before my last video, the first one, the Holiday World video. I'll do it now. If you're a parent and you have children, of course, you have children. If you are a parent, man, why is my phone freaking going off while I'm recording? I'm not editing it out. If you're a parent, don't let your children watch this YouTube channel because I have a potty mouth, and so if you're looking for words like darn, heck, and frick, please subscribe to Taylor Bybee. Great, wonderful YouTube channel, but the exact opposite vibes of what I'm doing here. Anyway, the clickbait that sent you into this video was about T3. We'll get to that. I'm gonna do a quick tour of the whole park, on my way to T3. It won't even be the last one. It'll be kind of like midway through the bit, I think, maybe. But yes, it is one of the worst examples of the worst roller coaster model type, the Vekoma SLC. I've only had the misfortune of riding two of those. The first one was when I was 14, and I don't really remember it. It was Revolution. Iron Brew Revolution was what it was called at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. The only thing I remember is that my dad hated it. I don't remember my own opinion, so really all I've got is T3. I'll go back to that. I'll talk to you about that in a second. Right now, so we're walking by Dippin' Dots. You know what? I just decided. I'm going to make it a thing in every video from now on. I see Dippin' Dots. I'm just going to say, hey, it's Dippin' Dots. So I'm walking past Lightning Run and not giving any time to it. Arguably, it's everyone's number one or number two in the park. So it's the best coaster, the second best coaster, and I don't even take time to point at it and just give me time to talk about it. I just fuck off. This is just so. This is only my second attempt ever at recording, walking through an amusement park, so that I can sarcastically talk shit over it in another video. And quite honestly, I don't know what I'm doing. So right now I'm walking by some children's ride and it's not interesting. So take a second to drink some water while I take a second to smoke this weed, because I need it. Thank you. Hold it. Fuck. Too much. Shit. Sorry. I'm not editing the coughs out because this is a professional YouTube channel. Fuck. Okay, that was great. So now we're walking down this heavily themed area of Kentucky Kingdom that really matches the other Herschend properties that that are also owned by Herschend. You go to Silver Dollar City, which is basically the most upscale amusement park in the country. Basically, if you took Six Flags, they're kind of like the Walmart equivalent. Cedar Point is kind of like the Target or maybe Aldi equivalent. And and Neiman Marcus is the equivalent for Silver Dollar City. Just upscale. It's just like a park for rich people who want more. Absolutely phenomenal park. So what you do is the theming from that in Dollywood. What you want to do is apply it to Kentucky Kingdom as best as you can. And here you can see they're fully doing that, with this just path. Not even benches or trash cans or shading. I mean, that flat's dope. I recommend it. I didn't write it here. I wrote it in some other bullshit. I think it was the only good ride in the park in Alabama, which is technically my home park. Former park at OA, Tropic Falls, whatever. Nobody cares about that. So right now I'm going through my favorite quirk at an amusement park / just what the fuck? So you just cross a public road in the middle of the park. So that bridge out in the distance, I had been to Kentucky Kingdom twice, and I was basically walking out when my friend told me, yo, just letting you know, you don't have to cross the road, you can take the bridge. I'm like, fuck, that's ridiculous. So that's just also very heavily themed, it's like a real road, right? Do you need a theme better than an actual real road? So we came in 2020, attached to Hollywood, 21, attached to Hollywood Nights. when I discovered, or when I was told that Kentucky Kingdom was only an hour away from Holiday World. And I'm like, well, shit, Kentucky, Indiana. I didn't realize how close two states could be or something. So in this video, I'm pointing at stuff and talking. I muted it. I don't care what I'm talking about. It's not interesting. I listened to it. I'm like, dude, this sucks. So I'm just going to talk over from now on. And I think by the Cedar Point video, I figured out, and I don't narrate anymore. So when I came in 2021, we knocked out Storm Chaser, Thunder Run, Lightning Run, and Kentucky Flyer. T3 and Roller Skater were fucked. But in the way they were fucked was fucked, because we went to T3 first, the star attraction of this video, and it broke down in front of us. And I was like disheartened. Well, that's a maximum of 5 credits now rather than 6. So I just begrudgingly walk from T3 to Roller Skater, and it breaks down in front of me, like walking into the line on both of them in a row. It's like they both like conspired together to fuck with me. It's not right. Anyway, I'm not entirely sure where I'm I mean, I have to be walking toward Thunder Run, right? Like, isn't that like the next thing you run into? It has to be. Well, anyway. Oh, look, I would tell you more about that splash water ride thing, but I don't even know its name, because I have such a one-track mind when I go to parks like Kentucky Kingdom. It's like, get the credits and then just marathon the only good ones, and like fuck all of the other stuff. I'm getting better at that, but like if I only have limited time, dude, that's what I'm gonna do. But anyway, Kentucky Kingdom, we didn't even get to spend proper time here because it was Hollywood night, so we did all day Friday Hollywood nights and night, and then during the day today we came here to take another shot at Roller Skater and T3, which we did get the credits, 1 each, because not 2. Nope. So we basically knocked that out, and then just got a couple good rides on Storm Chaser and Lightning Run, Thunder Run. Fuck T3, man. Fuck that shit. I mean, you can see where my thoughts were at recording this video. Like, I knew I'd be like shitting on T3. And then we got out of there. So I don't know, like 3 hours. And really opposite experiences from last time I was here in 2021. Like, Lightning Run, I thought was better than Storm Chaser. One of only 2 parks I know of where the RMC is not my favorite ride in that park. Storm Chaser, I think, lost the Lightning Run on last year's rides, but this year I just got stapled out of hell. Hey, there's Thunder Run. I'm not even talking about it. And they flipped. Like, Storm Chaser got better, and Lightning Run got more fucked. Regarding Thunder Run, it actually got better. Like, when I rode it, like, is it a DIN corporation? I don't know. It felt like one. When I rode that bitch in last year, I was like, dude, this is not a good ride. And I think at the time I was like butthurt over something, like a text message upset me or something. Like, like sometimes when you've just got emotional swings, your enjoyment of an otherwise good situation gets screwed up. But this year when I went, I'm like, okay, that's actually pretty dope. I'm still preferring coasters like mid-tier Woodies. I mean, like, I'm not saying Apocalypse is a mid-tier Woody, but like Apocalypse shits on this. However, if I had that within any accessible distance from me, I alone, like just in a park, just only Thunder Run, you bet your ass I'd be there every weekend. My fucking home park is Six Flags New Orleans. My home park is abandoned. I drive by an abandoned CCI and I get to look at urban decay while you guys actually get to ride them. So anyway, look at more amazing theming. Just look at this. It's just path, and tree, and thing in the distance, and my finger over the camera. I hate that. I hope I get better in future videos, and I don't think I do, because I just dropped at a random point in my Kings Island video to see if it like rendered right or whatever, and I just saw my finger in that exact timestamp. So really good. I'm very optimistic. So as I walk through this just beautiful path where just this really Hershend path. Okay, by the way, Hershend has time to make it a Hershend Park. I know it's newly acquired or whatever, so I'll stop being such a dick, but like this theming right here, it's basically if you like did the magnetic antithesis opposite of like Europa Park, whatever, just the opposite of that is this. Like, Beach Bend is more themed than this part of the fucking park. Like, it's not a good look. I mean, they got fans. And then what's worse is you have T3 in the distance, which is just an outrageously bad piece of shit. I might as well just start talking about T3. So it was my first SLC that I can, have a modern opinion. And I went into it knowing it was going to be a piece of fuck, but man, so the lap restraints or whatever, I'm like, well, this ain't so bad. This is all right. I thought the whole problem with SLCs was that it has all that stupid shit over your shoulders and they're, Vekoma hanging bangs, right? That's what they're called. Like, apparently every Vekoma SLC is bad for a different reason. This isn't for that reason. What it is bad for is two things that both should not be a thing, but they are. It has these stupid straps that go over your fucking shoulders. And basically, have you ever worn like a backpack that has just bricks in it? Just the heaviest backpack ever. And it's like ripping on your shoulders and leaving like friction burns and just like cutting into it like a really, really shitty like knife or something. It's that. Oh, T3 does that bullshit to your shit. It like rips it. Just rips your shoulders like backpack straps. So you're going down the first drop, that little turned drop. The first half of that drop is actually fun. I was like temporarily thinking, oh no, I'm gonna have trouble making fun of T3 because it's marginal. And then once that drop ends and it starts like spazzing out, that's when it gets shitty, man. The straps start getting fucked, and then it just starts shaking you like it's trying to like bring you back to life after you got hit by whatever. Not a good roller coaster. Not a good roller coaster. So I think my logic with my filming here is, okay, so that's T3. Let me just get the rest of the park in this direction real quick and I'll come back and talk about it. I think that's what it is, because the central theme you'll see in all of these videos is I'm high in them. And so I used to be more discreet about it. Like when I went with a friend, we'd have this just dumb ass inside joke where we would say that instead of saying we're high, we would say that we're experienced. And it's stupid. So whenever we're just high as hell, we would just like tell the other person, dude, riding the voyage while experienced was just incredible. So it makes us sound like pretentious snobs, and really we're just talking about like being blazed. So that's good stuff. That's good stuff. And I was originally going to call the channel Experienced Coasters, to where people are like, oh, who are these jack-offs? Like, just like, why, kind of like just finger in your whatever kind of, I forget how that idiom, whatever. Like snobbish bullcrap. But if you watch the channel, you'll slowly understand that experienced means high, and then that's like the joke. Check out that bar where like just nobody's there enjoying it. So in the most reasonable location for a gravity group woody, oh hey, there's a coaster I paid no attention to at all, lightning round. Dude, it's a great one. It's like my number 33? No, that's bullshit. It's decent. It's like, it begins with a 3, I think. So in the most dumb shit location, behind like a slide where you can't see it, like it's a if you know kind of location for a ride, Kentucky Flyer. Which, I mean, I guess it's technically my least favorite gravity group, but it's a family coaster, and Gravity Group is my favorite manufacturer. So it's still great. The restraints are great. The trains, I don't need to tell you about them. You know how good they are. And really just a good family coaster. Like, I could just be on that for a while, too. It's pleasant. Like, you can bring your, boring friend who doesn't like coasters, and they'll be like, yeah, that was okay. I actually had a good time, I think. That kind of thing. So I got a couple rides on that, and it's about all I have to say, really. It's just a family Woody. Definitely a step up over something like Woodstock Express at Kings Island, in terms of just, thrills. It has forces, like it does do its thing, but it's still a family coaster. But I mean, an upper tier family coaster, I'd say, like, it's not going on the door of like Cheetah Hunt in terms of being a family coaster, in terms of like, are you sure that's not a thrill coaster? So like, yeah, there's that shit. So here's me just unedited waiting for the footage of the train that's absolutely loaded with people. You can see how popular this ride is. Keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, this is a Saturday. This is like 3 p.m. maybe 2 p.m. on a Saturday, and there's T3. There's that just teleported to the piece of fucking crap. So I think I definitely don't record a POV because they don't allow it, and just pull up just pause the video and pull up a POV. It's kind of misleading. By the way, if you live in a country that doesn't get talked about on the news much, and your best coaster kind of looks like this, your star attraction is a Vekoma Hang and Bang, and I'm really sorry. Like if you live in like Bolivia or Algeria or Moldova or something, and you drive 2 hours away to the one park that actually has a roller coaster, and it looks like that, I'm sorry. It's awful. These are the worst. They suck at... I think that the modern ones, I can't say because I'm not one of those coaster YouTubers like Coastoons or whatever that just offer like detailed opinions on coasters they've never ridden. I'm never going to do that because I'm not a twat. Well, anyway, so this is me recording, I think... Yes, this is before I ever rode it. This is before my first ever ride on T3. Okay. So I'm sitting here like, oh shit, this is gonna be a piece of shit. And I was right. And I didn't tell you about the second part. So after so for the first half of the ride, you have like the backpack from hell trying to like just shave off your shoulder blades. And then as it's going down, you think Sky Rush is bad on the restraints going down and being bullshit? Dude, at the end, it slams down on your thighs so hard that, like, you lose circulation in your leg. So here I am walking up to Coulson and telling him, dude, that is a piece of fucking crap. And I think I remember how it went. So he was like, hey, I'm at T3 if you want to come back and ride it with me. I'm like, dude, I'm good. Get your credit. And then I think right here it's muted. I think we just talked or are about to talk about how bad it is. It's better with me just talking over a microphone at home, There's thunder. That's where Thunder Run is. Where am I? Oh, I see what's going on the way I'm walking. Okay, so I think if I recall correctly, we're actually not that far away from the video, and I think I'm gonna walk towards Storm Chaser. Anyway, okay, so here's, before I go to Storm Chaser, and now that I'm actually getting footage of Thunder Run, hey, pretty coaster, whatever. I'm gonna do a thing where I'm gonna give a ranking to every coaster that I prioritize for the episode. And I technically already did it in the first one. So basically, I think my top 30, 40 roller coasters, I would rate a 10 out of 10. And then the top 15, I'd rate an 11 out of 10. And then the Voyage would be a 13 out of 10. That's dumb. You can't do anything with that. So, but I do have coaster rankings of all of them. So the higher the number, the better it is, right? So out of 279, the Voyage in the last video was number 1 out of 279. T3 is almost there in the other direction. It is number 278 out of 279. It is the worst piece of shit, and the only reason it didn't get the very exact bottom is because when I went to Magic Mountain in January, also with Coulson, and we wanted to get all of the credits, and I was missing like 8 credits because they have like 4 kiddie coasters next to each other, and I just didn't want to do that last time. So I did it this time, and it started pouring. It was really rainy, and that's like when we started riding the kiddie coaster. So like, as much as kiddie coasters aren't fun, now imagine that freaking crap with... Yeah, so there's one, I forget which one it is. It's the one like furthest down that's terrible, the one you're allowed to ride. So there's only 3 of the 4 as an adult you're allowed to ride. There's one that's like a cloned one, that the same as Hurler at Holiday World. That one's fine. And then there's another one that's actually good. The one that's not good. So the trains had puddles of water, like pretty high, like shin deep and shit. And I had to just put my feet in like a pool to ride a bad kiddie coaster. And then I had wet socks all day, and they were cold, and my feet pruned up. I had to like buy new socks. I bought new socks. That's right. They're like rainbow socks. I look like an absolute idiot. All because of that coaster. So that's why T3 is only number 278 rather than... So anyway, here's Storm Chaser. How about I talk about it? So I love Rocky Mountain Construction. I think they're great. And I think this is a great roller coaster. I think it's dope. But I can't rate it on the same level that everyone else freaking does. Because, like, so I think there's 3 strong tiers of American RMCs. In tier 1, like the S tier, you've got Iron Gwazi and Steel Vengeance and Lightning Rod. And then you go down 1 tier and you've got like the Twisted Colossus, Iron Rattlers, Wicked Cyclone type of stuff. And then there's tier 3 where you'll find like Joker, Twisted Cyclone. Everybody would say that Storm Chaser is tier 2. I think it's tier 3. Like Twisted Timbers, I think shits on it. Twisted Colossus just has like a scat video over it. I think in terms of quality, Iron Rattler's better, and it's great. I think the ejector airtime is kind of obnoxious, and if you watch the Roller Coaster David channel, the dude says that he doesn't like all just the whipping with no personality, and that Storm Chaser has a lot of that. That barrel drop is good, but when you've ridden the Death Roll in Iron Gwazi, it makes that kind of obsolete, I don't know. I would ride the shit out of it, and it's a toss-up. I don't know what I'm thumbing down. It's a toss-up between that and Lightning Run as the best coaster in the park, and they're both really great. And Kentucky Kingdom is a great park with T3. It sucks, but I don't know. So great coaster, but man, I don't know. Well, it doesn't really matter because this video is about T3, and if I haven't made clear what I think about T3 and every Vekoma SLC, they should stop existing. They should just all go defunct at the same time, like a ritualistic death. And I think I have to stop talking because I have 2 seconds left. 1. All right, goodbye, I guess.